Today, let's talk about the most uncomfortable topic but very common situation that happens. That is someone who pretends to help you but actually is siphoning your peace of mind. Okay, they're around acting as if they're your biggest supporter, your biggest fan, your best friend, your lover, your sister, your mother, your auntie, your cousin, whoever they are, maybe your co-worker. But then they're the same person who goes behind your back and cause you the biggest pain. Cause you, like, they hurt you so much, you even question, like, if they ever, all that they said ever meant, like, all that I love you, all that, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I know you, I'm so glad you're my sister. You wonder if it's true. You really wonder if this sisterhood is true. And as someone who has been through this, I can actually tell when someone is pretending to help you, but then they're your biggest hater. Undercover, okay? They are hexing your peace. They are selling you out, sis. Be careful. So if you want to know, just stay tuned. Hi, I'm Cisonspace, and on my channel, I bring a lot of self-awareness or awareness in general to, some spiritual and psychological and survival topics as well. So the first way or the first sign you know that someone is fake supporting you in other to get your peace or your energy is you realize that whenever you're going through like a huge struggle, they are there for you. Oh my gosh, they will help you, they will do this and that. Like when you have a heartbreak, when you're going through turmoil, like when things are bad, they are down bad. But when things turn out really, really good for you and you are thriving, your skin is glowing, you have a lover, you have a boyfriend, you have a husband, you're getting married, you graduated, you bought a new car, you got a new house, you won that contract, they're not there. They barely turn up and pop that champagne with you and celebrate with you. They don't do that. They will send a text, something backhanded, okay? They will not celebrate it, or they will not take it as serious as when you are struggling. So these people do this because when you're not dependent on them, when your happiness comes from a different source, or when you're thriving, they kind of feel like you don't need them. In their mind, they feel like, oh my gosh, she's going to upgrade, and then she's going to think she's bigger than the stars, and she's going to act all bougie, and she's going to have more money because now she has this contract, and she's going to ditch me and find new friends. Like, they are jealous of your success. They're jealous and they feel like you're going to get bigger, right? It's either they get bigger with you or you stay the same. If they're not getting the same level of attention and kind of blessings that you are receiving at that moment, they don't like it. It's like they feel like you are getting ahead. You're getting ahead of your time. So they have to distance themselves because they don't want you to see the envy in their eye. They want you to see how unhappy they are for you. So that's why they distance themselves for you. It's nothing about you. And the second way is when you are like winning all this stuff, having lots of blessings. If they ever support you, right, it will be a very, very strange support. It will feel awkward. That support will be kind of like criticism or some comparison over there. It wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I'm happy for you, like, let's celebrate. It would be like, oh, I didn't know you could actually do that. It's like they don't believe in you, or they try to make you feel like you didn't get there by yourself. Someone helped you, or you did something. You must have done something. Even though they're your friend, they know you worked hard, they try to make it look like, oh, what did you do to get that, or how did you do it, instead of, oh my gosh, you've been working so hard, I didn't know. Good work pays off. I think that's a motivation for me. Like, instead of them to say things like that, they're going to make it look like you pulled that out of like a magic, So they'll be like, oh my gosh, I know you're doing too well, but try not to get too confident. Like, you're getting too confident. Like, they will try and humble you. You should check that out. If you see that from anybody, I don't care if it's your mom, your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, that is a sign that they're just around fake supporting you. And the third way is they put doubts in you. You know what? If you're talking to someone who really, really supports you, you shouldn't feel anxiety. You shouldn't feel less excited about your goals. You should feel more excited about your goals. You must feel certain and you must be very confident. A genuine supportive person makes you feel very big, very clear, not small. So if you talk to someone and you walk away arguing with yourself, talking to yourself in your brain, kind of like, even before you go to them, if you have to like talk yourself or force yourself talking to them because you're anxious and you kind of know that they're going to bring you down or doubt you, don't say it. And I love this quote from Steve Harvey. He said, don't tell big dreams to small people. Don't tell big things to small people, because they will push you down. They will tell you, because they can't see their own future and they don't know what they want and where they're going. They just wake up every day, just go to work and hoping the day ends so they can go to bed. If you tell your dreams to those people who don't dream about anything, their only dream is go to work, get paid, and go shopping and sleep and eat, why would you tell big dreams to them? They don't know what it feels like to dream big. They've never dreamt big. So you going to them telling them, oh, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm planning, da, 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 da. They'll be like, girl, shut up, you can't do that. Oh, girl, please, you're always talking or disturbing us with your big dreams, and it doesn't go anywhere. And if someone tells you these things, you might think it's not getting to you, unless you're very rooted in yourself, like myself. Like before I started YouTube, I told a friend, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to start a YouTube. And she's like, oh, what are you going to talk about? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm very good with, this kinds of topic, like very I'm more in tune, like emotional. So I'll go, like, I didn't even know what I wanted to do, but I just knew I wanted to do YouTube. And it's like, oh my gosh, people don't sit down to listen to advice anymore, they like vlogs, so I don't think you should worry. Imagine I listened to that person. Imagine. Like, don't listen to people. If someone makes you feel that way, that's not a genuine person who supports you. Just leave them alone. Another way a very clear sign that someone isn't your biggest supporter or they're faking to support you is when you're dependent on them, when you're stuck and not growing. That's when they like you the most. They like that version of you who comes to them and need their validation and their reassurance, for them to reassure you, for, like, oh, nothing hasn't changed in my life, I've been doing this and it's not working. And then they're like, oh, I told you, just quit, just stop this, come and do this with us. Like, they really, really love that version of you. They love that version of you that looks down and stuck. Once you tell them, oh my gosh, I went here and I got this for free, and I got this guy, and this guy even approached me, he has money, he's a doctor, that their behavior shift. They don't like your independence, they don't like that you're traveling a lot, they don't like that you have money, you can buy whatever you want, you bought a new car that you've been dreaming of, and you didn't ask them, especially if you don't talk to them first so they can bring you down. Like, you didn't even come to them for them to bring you down, you just went straight for your dreams. They don't like that version. They feel like you are becoming too big for them. And I see that happen a lot among celebrities. I've had interviews where celebrities who came from nothing kept saying that once they got rich, they couldn't go back to their old life because their friends changed. I don't think their friends changed. I think it's because they can relate to them in terms of the confidence level that the celebrity has now. The way they talk, when people have money, they talk different. You might think they're bragging, or you might think they're showing off, but literally they got it like that. Like, they actually wear a Tom Ford on a normal day. Like, they wear a normal, like, Hermes shoe on a normal day, because spending like 5K is nothing. Okay, they go to like 6-star hotels and suites and stuff, like, and restaurants. So when someone who has to work paycheck to paycheck and just kind of like scramble their coins to buy gas or like to eat, when you come around them and you smell good, you look good, like you talk big, they hate that. Like, they can't relate. And some people are so wise. There are some friends who are wise and like, oh my gosh, that's an inspiration. I want to be like, if my friend could do it, I could do it. And they get inspired by that, and they actually genuinely kind of like be helpful to the friend so the friend can teach them. And there's some who even go behind your back to plan to take you out, because that's how much envy they feel in their heart. So it depends. But once you see these signs, just know this is not the type of person who wants you to grow. They want you to be dependent on them, because you becoming very independent is a version of you that they can't relate to. And the fifth one, we're now getting to the end, okay, is the competition. Okay, it's the same as the first and second one. So they'll minimize your achievements. Even when you bring a good news, or not necessarily good news, but you bring a topic about something, just a tiny thing you succeeded in, they change the topic. Or they pretend they're not listening, like, oh, they just got busy all of a sudden, they got a phone call, and they dash that topic away. Or they'll bring up their own immediately you say like, oh my gosh, this is what happened to me and I succeeded, and they'll be like, oh, let me tell you about last week, I did this too. Like, I think everyone should have their grace time. Like when I'm talking to my friends and they're having a really successful time, we get to let it sit and cook, laugh about it, touch it up here and there, let it settle, and then maybe I could bring up something that went good a while ago, and we could also touch on that. So it's not like a competition, okay? It's not like, oh, you did this, guess what, I did that. It's more like, oh my gosh, that was great, that was marvelous, like I knew you could do that, of course, like you do better. Like we talk about it for a while, we laugh, whatever emotions it brings, we let it sit, and then if the other person has something to say whilst everything dies down, we bring it up. So there is nothing like, oh, let me make myself look bigger than them, that's weird. Or maybe when someone is praising you, like maybe you're with your friend and someone is praising you, like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, I love your teeth, or like, I like you smell good, and then their face change, or they try to like look for attention. Those are the signs, baby. And the next one is the actions and words don't match. And I'll actually relate this to something I always talk about. Like, if you're someone like me who read people's energy, someone can smile but not smile from their soul, or they can say, oh my god, I'm happy for you, and their body language is it's a bit tensed. I noticed that with people, I don't know, someone can say, oh, I'm happy for you, but then their body language is like, I'm very uncomfortable, like they have very uncomfortable body language, but then it's only their lips moving. You should check out that one too. That's another sign. The last and powerful one is, if you interact with them, check your nervous system, because I think I bring this up every time in all my videos. How do you feel? Okay, if you're exhausted, if you're guilty, if you're confused, if your intuition is noticing something that your mind doesn't at that moment, just keep quiet. Just keep quiet, because that tells you a lot about the relationship dynamic that you guys have. So if your body language or your body feels a bit uncomfortable, a bit drained, you should just keep everything to yourself, okay? So let me know in the comments, have you ever had a situation whereby someone was pretending to help you, but then you ended up losing your peace of mind, or you ended up being manipulated by them? I want to know.